Cabot. I'm from Lincoln Middle School. My director is the tremendous Mr. Harden. Our final piece is Genius March by Harold Bennett. Listen for the different harmonies and the changing dynamics.
He'll grow. These kids are great. I just want to say just a real quick word before we play our last selection. I'm from La Crosse originally. This is my hometown. In fact, my parents live 2 blocks away. So it's great coming back. In fact, I taught at Logan Middle School 15 years ago. And my dad taught here before me. So it's kind of like coming back home. I mean, I came back into this auditorium for the first time in 10 years. It's like, And it's beautiful because, you know, I'm in Sun Prairie now, which is outside Madison, but we have a cafeteria. That's our performance hall, you know? And so I come back in here and I'm like, oh, I miss you. I miss this place. And I went back up in the band room. You know, you pour your heart and soul in wherever you are, and it's just like I go back in the room, it's like, oh, I remember it. And growing up here, I mean, I went to school at Logan Middle School. I had Roger Fish as my principal and Al Studden, and went to Logan High School. So this really is coming back home. So it's just an honor and privilege to come back here and to be part of this first annual Lamfa event. So it's been very humbling, and I thank the Lamfa schools for inviting me to come back. And the kids are great. The kids are, just as I remember, you know, these great La Crosse area students. So bravo to you. Thank you for what you're doing, parents. And I know I teach 6th and 7th graders, so those first notes you hear are painful. But isn't it great when you hear this? And now here's what's fascinating. What's fascinating is that we had 4 hours of rehearsal. 4. Where else does that happen in education? Where you get a bunch of kids together, and this morning I asked them, I said, how many of you are sitting next to someone you know? And like 3 or 4 hands went up. And it's amazing that we can bring kids from all over the area, bring them together on a Saturday morning, and then get them to perform like that after 4 hours of rehearsal. Kids are amazing, aren't they? And it's the power of music too at the same time. So, you know, my hats, you know, thanks to the students, they did everything I asked. I pushed them really hard for 4 hours. There was no break. It was go. We got to get this done. And they did beautifully. I mean, from the first run through to what you just heard, it was a big leap in what they did. And that's a testament to them for, you know, something got fixed or changed, they remembered it, and they came back into the performance and they're doing fantastic. So, compliments to them. If the future relies on them, we're in great shape. You know what I mean? And I asked them some questions too, which kind of goes to this. I said, what do you want to be when you grow up? This is interesting. There's 1 Disney Imagineer in the band. 4 doctors, 2 electricians, 3 chefs, 2 architects and engineers, 8 nurses, 9 teachers, 1 athletic trainer, 4 surgeons, 2 forensic scientists, 4 police officers, and then 1 person who said anything to do with animals. Okay, and that's just a handful of them. I asked them too, if you could say thank you to someone, what would you say? And they said, thank you, Mom, for getting me interested in band. Another person said, I'd like to thank my friends for uplifting me when I needed it and reminding me that I don't suck. I won't mention her name. Good job, Charlotte. Okay, good. That was great. Thank you, Dad, for getting my instrument and taking me to lessons. Thank you, Grandma, for buying my instrument. I love you. I mean, isn't that sweet? And then, finally, I asked him, and I'll end with this, I said, what should I know about you? I'm going to go back to my school, and I'm going to tell my kids that I went back to my hometown. I got to meet you, and we did an honors band. It was so much fun. What can I tell them about you? And one person said, I can twist my thumb 180 degrees. One said she loves Elvis Presley. Loves 16 pets. This person has. This person said I have 42 pillows. But the last one, I think, kind of summarizes my whole experiences back here, and I think it really resembles the entire group. This person said, I'm really, 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 really smart. Thanks for having me.